I'm Greg, and I am beating cancer. I've always been pretty fit. I've worked all my life, always been a hard worker. I've got three boys who I raised myself over 16 years. All got children now, so I've got three grandkids and one on the way. I've smoked for just on 41 years. I started with one couple of cigarettes a day, either stole one from my dad or from one of the mates. And then as the years go on, I smoked more and more until I would have smoked at least 50 cigarettes every single day. The last 2 years of my smoking life, I knew that every cigarette I was having was killing me. I knew every time, and I still did it. Of a morning I would cough that bad that I'd hide myself from people. I'd stop doing a lot of stuff. I wouldn't go. I'd make excuses because I was not well and I knew that I couldn't walk the walk. I was coughing and spitting, and I grabbed a rag out of the truck and spat into the rag, and there was some blood there. I was coughing that bad that I actually passed out. I couldn't breathe, and I swore I was going to die right there and then. Like, I wasn't just going to collapse, I was finished. I was going to die in the middle of the bush. I've made a decision that I needed to stop smoking. I guess knew I've damaged myself. I need to pull up, do something about it while I can. One night I coughed from 9:30 that night until 9:45 the next morning. So much so that I ended up at the doctor's the next day. That was the first time I went and admitted there's something wrong. He said that I had emphysema, and he sent me to a CT scan, and he took the x-rays off me. He put them up on their little light on the wall, and he's looking at them and he shows me this thing. There followed three words that absolutely brought me to my knees, and those words were, "You have cancer." I asked myself how I'm going to tell my kids. How do I tell my kids I have cancer? I went to this lung function test, and there was all these fancy lung things where they pump air into your lungs and you blow and you huff and you cough. And at the end of it, I asked the question of the lady, I just puff breath for my life, I need to know. And she looked at me and she just said, "You'll be fine with one lung." If my emphysema got worse, if I continued to smoke, I would never have passed the breathing test. Well, they made a decision that they would have a go at cutting the tumour out of my lung. I waved goodbye to Sharon, which is my partner. I must admit, there was tears in her eyes. And she went to put me in the bed, and I said, "I want to walk in." And she goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "I want to walk in. And I'll walk in arm in arm with you." And she said, "Is that what you really want to do?" I said, "Yeah, I want to do that." And she let me, and we walked in arm to that surgery, and I hopped up on the bench when I got in there. It wasn't a pleasant awakening. It wasn't as nice as going in, but I knew I was alive. So I was very positive in there. My grandkids came in, made me more determined, to get up and walk, you know. The doctor pulled the curtains across, and he looked at me and said, "You have the best possible result after a lung surgery that anyone could ever ask for." They decided that they wanted to do some precautionary chemo. I was in hospital for 15 days of those 18 treatments. I had so much negativity at one stage I couldn't even stand myself for a while. I don't blame anyone but myself. I lit the cigarettes. I smoked for the 41 years. If I went back to that first cigarette knowing what I know now, there wouldn't be a first cigarette. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. My lung that's been cut and the tumour removed right now is what they call stable. I call my oncologist my guardian angel. He calls me a miracle in progress. I think they had in their mind that I was just not going to ever make it past 5 years, no matter what happened. Well, I'm here to tell you that I will walk my three grandchildren into school. I can certainly enjoy quality time with them, and I'm so thankful for that. I get a good thrill out of their laughing and they're having a ball and they're with their pop, and I think that's pretty special. The youngest one, I spend time with him as much as I can. I don't expect him to know who I am yet, but I'll be around. He'll know. He'll know in the end.